Welcome back to Surviving Luton. If you're last with us, we ended up winning our last three games against Burnley, Crystal Palace, and Nottingham Forest. Unfortunately, we did have a couple games recorded. We did have the Brighton draw, the Bournemouth win, and the Newcastle penalty win, but unfortunately, none of it was recorded. It was recorded on a blank screen, so unfortunately, there's nothing we could do for that. So I'm going to kind of explain exactly what was happening over the last episode and kind of do a quick hybrid one before our next important match against Fulham here. We're sitting in 16th, and then we'll do Burnley right after, who are in 18th. In my opinion, they're the two biggest matches that we have coming up over the next little while. But yeah, it's kind of unfortunate that you weren't able to see it. We did end up losing to Wolves pretty handily. Man U, we end up losing pretty handily as well. We got the first goal, but there's nothing to be said about that. And then the exciting part was us managing to squeak through with two goals from Joe Gelhardt, who ended up bringing us back into this, and then we ended up winning in penalties. With that, ended up spurring our team to demand for us to sign him permanently. We already had him on an agreement beforehand, but as you can see now, he is permanently joining us at the end of his loan. He's just doing phenomenal right now for us, both in the Carabao Cup, 3 goals in 3 games, 2 starting and then 1 as a sub. And even in the EPL, he has 5 goals in around 14 fixtures, which is pretty exciting. We are happy to see him come, especially since he is an English-born player. Typically, I end up signing way too many foreign players, so it is fantastic that we managed to grab him on with us, as he has been with Leeds for the entire or most of his career. But a quick thing, I'm going to try and find it. I did see it a little while ago. We did get an update on our youth. December 13th. Did end up, yeah, we got a notification on our youth preview. There we go. So Nuno Gomez ended up dropping into our DMs, telling us that this is going to be a golden generation for the club, which I don't know if that means anything considering this is our first year with the team, and so it is his as well. And so far, none of the prospects have really entertained bringing us up to the top, to the first team or anything like that. So apparently, we have at least one great prospect that's a goalkeeper, at least one guy to keep a close eye on attacking mid, and then we have at least one fine prospect as a forward, fullbacks, center backs, and defensive midfielders and midfielders. It's just okay, it looks like. But we have no wing backs, wingers, or wide midfield, which is all right. We don't really need that much from them. We can just sign whatever we need for that. But that's pretty exciting. Development-wise, we have Joe Taylor still, and if you end up looking at how well we've been doing in terms of finances, we are up to just under 500k, which will probably end up changing after the transfer, possibly. But our board ended up liking how we played so much that they decided that they were going to give us a 42 million mortgage loan, which then ended up being 20 million in terms of transfer spending, which means that it opens up our payroll. We can probably move this back to the transfer budget if we need to. And currently we are spending just below 900k, which we can probably switch over to transfer budget if we end up seeing anything that we like. If you look at our squad right now, There is a decent amount of players that we will probably won't end up seeing next year. Johnny Evans is drawing interest by Saudi teams, so he's probably going to end up leaving us at the end of the year anyways, which is probably good since he is 35, and we're going to want to invest a little bit more in terms of our youth development. Which hopefully that doesn't end up costing us in the long run. Hopefully they even want to actually get him as a transfer, which maybe it's a couple million. Hopefully it's 1 or 2 million. We'll definitely entertain that because we can probably bring someone up through our system or through transfers, which will be kind of exciting. But just looking at it, Alfie Doughty might be one of the casualties, considering he does command 40,000. Another possibility is Lockyer potentially could also end up going. He is a club legend or a favorite personnel, so that might be difficult. But Morris is 100% going to be leaving. We're going to try everything we can to do that. Burke, if we end up getting rid of Evans, he might have to be our starter for that. Osho as well, unless we end up seeing someone come from right back as well. Ashley Young probably won't be with us next year either. Dan Potts, we're going to try and get rid of at this transfer window. James Shea as well. I don't see a long-term thing for him. And then Walton possibly as well, but that doesn't really end up being too much. But all in all, oh, and Adebayo as well, which is around 14. So every little bit helps. It will around probably 150 to 200,000 in terms of wages that we will be able to save, and even just bring in people on loan, which seems to be helping us a lot. We did want to make permanent Stanis Pedrola, but for whatever reason he does not seem to want to come to us. And then same thing with Hull as well. They both want us to be doing better in the EPL, which is kind of weird since the only way that I see that they would get game time for any club is a club like ours. So hopefully we can convince at least one of them to stay with us for next year, because I do see a decent amount of potential in both of them, and they've been performing pretty admirably and are definitely the reason why we're sitting currently in 12th spot, around 11 points from relegation, and we're around halfway through. I think this game will be the halfway mark. Yeah, after this game will be the halfway mark. So I know typically around 30 points ends up keeping you from relegation, so that's why a game like this against Fulham is going to be even more important. And then the next one, especially being against Burnley, is going to be even... Yeah, it can basically decide whether or not we end up staying up or not. So let's take a look at the squad that we have going on to the next match. So here we have starting for us against the Fulham game. We have Langrak, who's been amazing for us. One of the reasons why we're doing so well as well is the solid goalkeeper that we got in the 11th hour during our transfer special. We have Young, Anderson, Clare, and Burke starting at the back, and then Maitland-Niles, Hull, and Aguado being our sender there, and then Stanis, Rogers as our wingers, and then Gelhardt starting off for us. We will probably bring in Solis as a sub for sure, because he is also developing into a superstar here. As you can see, he is slowly starting to develop into the kind of caliber player that we need. A lot of development, which is amazing. And then we'll probably look, I did notice this as well, in terms of their national team. They had a couple guys that are piquing my interest that I may want to look at in terms of the future. Even this guy. No, maybe not that guy. I think it's him. He's wanted by, contracted to Man U. Wanted by Coventry and Huddersfield, so maybe we can get him on a loan or something like that if after we end up scouting him. Go back to team selection, and then hopefully we will get this off running. That kind of like Forrest Gump. It felt like running. Can't believe Pedrola is starting today. What? So our best player you can't see starting. Our supporters are weird. Let's see if we can start it off. And I feel as though we always, within the first like 10 minutes, we always either concede or we end up scoring, which I find kind of nerve-wracking. And yeah, we always concede a corner very early on. Oh my god, I thought that was going to be it. Thank god he's offside. Player, Watto, Stannis, who our fans did not want to play. Anderson as well. Player, I think they're going to probably play wide, hopefully. Someone comes short for him. At least the passing is better than the passing in previous episodes. Just watch, we're going to lose it. We're going to send it right to one of their players without much... oh no. We're doing surprisingly better than what I would have imagined that we would do. Great pass. Finish it. Ah, he's offside. Apparently Rodgers is unhappy with how he's been playing and has promised to end his goal drought sooner rather than later. So far, nothing on XG, even though it does look like we're the only ones that are really controlling everything. Oh my god, I thought Stannis could have got that one in. Leno's their starting keeper. I kind of forgot about that for a second. 13 minutes in, not much to be said. XG is probably 0 for both teams. Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about, the passing. He had all the time in the world. Like, this is like, sometimes it's like rec league passing, or at least that's what it's showing, and it can be pretty frustrating because I wouldn't see anyone at this level, regardless, even if they're like League 1 or even Veronama League, playing like that. And we almost conceded. Oh my god. Stannis is the only guy that's tired right now. Oh my god, I thought we were going to concede there. 71 possession though. Yet nothing to show for it. Oh my god, I thought we were going to lose it there. Hopefully we can get a counter here. Nope, just loses it. Clearly it shows that possession does not mean anything if we can't get a shot on net. Rodgers to Burke. Nothing really happening here. Watto. Rodgers. Back to Burke. We're just playing within our own end. We're just asking to lose at this point. Gelhart to Hall. There we go. Oh my god, and then we just pass it back to the goalie. All the time in the world, and we managed to do something like that. At least we got our first shot on net. But still, XG is pretty pitiful at the moment. Hopefully we can get the shots coming. But nothing worthy of a highlight as of now. Oh my god. Pen? Ah. Oh. Free kick. I don't even know what that... Oh, I guess that was offside. So far, nothing happening. We might consider moving our defensive midfielder up, though. Just especially in games like this where nothing's happening, we might want to put more of an attacking threat on it. And we're going to concede now. Yep. Is that an own goal by Young? Oh, no. It looked like an own goal. Anderson with the terrible slide tackle. Pass it up to the top all the time in the world. Yeah, it looks like it's an own goal. It looks like it hit off Young. Alright, that's a great way to concede at the very end. I'm not happy. And we should probably let the team know. What? They're gonna want to. Looks like they want to draw now. It feels though we need to. Pedroia needs to be taken out. We'll put in Armstrong. Armstrong has been surprisingly good for us as of recent. So hopefully we can deliver with that. But we are going to switch more into attacking. And it looks like Hall is nervous. You know what? Let's switch Hall onto defense. Take off Young. Solis. And try into bringing in him afterwards. Yeah, but we need to make a substitution as of now. Oh, I can't see it continuing the way that it has been, especially with no opportunities. Since they're not really pressing that much, let's go for a positive as well. I really do like Armstrong. And here we go. And it's just like that, guys. How do we not do anything for the whole second half, and then within a minute we end up scoring? That was an amazing play. I'm gonna credit Guado and Armstrong there, and then Rogers obviously with the nice run there. But he is tiring, so hopefully we can get one more. But he does end his goal drought like he promised. That is fantastic for us. I'll have to congratulate him by the end of the game. And now we are beating them in XG, so hopefully the goals should start coming. Nope, they're going to probably do a counter here. Armstrong ends up stopping his run, which then allows them to push completely forward. Get an opportunity on net. I don't want to sub Rogers, but he is asking to come off pretty much. Oh my god. That happened in slow-mo. I thought they were going to finish us there. This is where we concede. We concede at the end of the box every single time. Alright, Rogers is going to be the last sub that we end up doing. But we probably should do it now. It kind of sucks though, considering and then yeah, Guado's the other guy that looks like he needs to come off. But we're not going to do that one. Until it's too late. You know what? I guess one is good for now. Make adjustments if we have to at the 70th minute. 75th maybe. Just don't concede. Just don't concede. This is gonna cost us. Oh my god. I thought for sure that was gonna be a pen. And they end up replacing the guy that just made that opportunity happen. So that's good for us. 65th minute, still. Oh my god, it looks like we're gonna foul them. There we go. Armstrong, bring. And the highlight ends up pushing. We're gonna encourage sub. Do it a bit earlier. Why is he looking nervous? Oh, I don't know why I put Maitland-Niles there. Niles is gonna come back. There we go. Maybe that's what was costing us. Well, we're gonna sub Niles now. Yeah, we're gonna sub him. Feels like we should probably make another substitution. And we'll put, you know what, I guess Aguado we're gonna have to swap out. We'll put Campbell there. Put him in on attack. Can't believe I put Maitland-Niles as attacking mid and didn't realize it. Hopefully we can push one through here. Still at positive. Who's my right back? God. They're going to score. They're just dominating now. Oh, then the save. See what I was telling you about? James Langerack is a top goalie for us. That's for sure. And they put the encouragement right before the corner, which is never good luck. They're going to score. And then the highlight's gonna end right now as we're pushing forward. Send it through to the middle. What the hell? The guy that's nervous. Oh, then that's why he's nervous. He sends such a terrible ball. Armstrong here to save it for us, though. Oh, and then nothing happens. So disappointing. Paul is barely breathing at this point. Both right backs are just wrecked. Oh my god, come on, finish it. Nothing. Oh my god. This game is going to end as a draw. One of the most important games is going to end as a draw. But we can't lose. That would be even worse. Oh, they're going to score here. Oh my god, that was a fraction towards the net. They're just as tired. And they're the one that's pressing, so we probably shouldn't change our tactics there. Guess we're going to have to accept the draw here. It's kind of disappointing. Unless they make a mistake. Oh, come on, guys. Don't concede now. Oh, we're going to concede. We're going to lose this game in the 90. Oh my god. I'm going to have a heart attack once during one of these games. And hopefully that's all she wrote there. Do not score. And then that's it. Final whistle. 1-1 draw. We got exposed. Yeah, we're leading in XG for a fraction of the game when we scored, and then after that they just started taking off. They only really averaged 1.5. We barely had 1. Let's just sympathize with them and move forward. It is just before the trade, not the trade deadline, the opening of the trading window. Morris needs to end his goal drought. What? Oh, that's fine. Oh, and yeah, we're not gonna have. He's gonna be gone before he ends up doing that. Let's see if that ended up doing anything in terms of the table. Nope, we're in 12th. I guess it's better than losing. We were away for that game against Fulham, so I mean, Burnley's probably the more important one. So we'll just end up fast forwarding to that one. We'd like to welcome a couple of our signings at the beginning of the window. Here we have Sam Curtis, who the assistant report says 2-star, but if you look at him, he's an exciting prospect who isn't far from first team standards, but he can also be a potential Premier League standard. Not that bad for 275k. If you look at his stats in terms of a right back / wing back, they're actually pretty good. For a 18-year-old Irishman, it's surprisingly good. I'm surprised that we managed to get him from St. Pat's Athletic. We'll probably end up. We might either send him on loan or try and do something along those lines because he is 18. He might even be good enough to kind of slot in if we need it. Because I'll be honest, I'd rather invest in him than Gabriel Ochoa, and Ashley Young is probably not going to be here next year. So the only way is if we end up sending him out on loan now, and then kind of have either Alfie Doughty or Maitland-Niles kind of take over for that for right now with Reese Burke as well. but not too bad. Oh, it says he's decent for most League Two sides. So yeah, we'll probably send him on loan. Hopefully he can get something in the next 6 months, and it should help us for that. But then we also brought in two other players, Juan Barros for 375K and Archie Stevens for 500K as well. Archie Stevens, he is 3.5 star potential, 1.5 star current. He's a Varanama League standard player. Could improve a lot in the future. But if you look at his stats, they aren't too bad. I mean, he is only 17, so this is a pretty good start point from it. We got him from Rangers though, but hopefully he can develop into a decent attacking mid in the future. But again, we'll probably try and secure a loan for him in the near future. And then Juan Barros, defensive midfielder, we got for 375K from BDJ. I don't even know what team that is. BDG, sorry, BDG. Oh my God, I can't believe I said J. Team in 20th in the Brazilian national first team. But he looks pretty good for a 19-year-old. I can imagine he's going to develop into a decent player as well. A good defensive midfielder. Currently, he would be our 5th best choice as of right now, and then probably 4th best if you factor in that Lewis Hall probably won't be with us next season. But he's a good League One standard team. So, I mean, either we end up playing a little bit this year, or we again send him on loan. But the future looks bright for us. And then that will give us a total transfer spending of around 30.5 million, and then 3.2 out. And we're trying to get rid of the players that we talked about in not that long ago as well. And so far, it looks like this team has already kind of done its overhaul. I mean, potential-wise, this team is looks like it should be good enough to kind of stay in the Prem again next season as well. So hopefully we don't end up hurting too much when we end up losing Pedrola if we can't get him on loan again next year, and Lewis Hall as well, which are pretty much our 2 best players. But they does have Sam Curtis as the top prospect. Oh no, hot prospect is still Araujo as well. So I know that the audio ended up cutting out last game that we ended up doing, which kind of sucked because you did miss us beating Burnley 2-1 to secure ourselves 11th place with 26 points, more than halfway through the season now, and we are sitting at 14 points ahead of Sheffield United and 14 points ahead of Burnley. So with games like this, schedule-wise, these are the games that we definitely need to win. We do have a Tottenham game coming up as well. We're most likely going to lose that. Aldershot, we should end up beating them. The Carabao Cup, I can guarantee you we might be able to tie against them once, but there's no way we're going to be able to tie them twice. And then we have Nottingham Forest, which again is going to be an incredible opportunity for us to secure promotion, and then Crystal Palace as well. So these are going to be the 2 games that we're probably going to end up showing for you towards the end of the transfer window. So it'll be great to see in our next episode. And here's our squad for the Nottingham Forest game. We have James Langrick on international duties, so Jack Walton's going to take over. We have Young, Evans, and Holding, who he just signed as a free agent. As you can see, 45K per week. We brought him in because we're also losing Evans probably at the end of the season. He's going to end up leaving us. So Holding's basically going to be his replacement. So here we have him slotting in right now, and then we have Curtis as well, our young guy that we're going to end up playing against Nottingham Forest here. Recent signing. Then you have Niles, Hall, and Aguado, Stannis, and Obgin, and then we have Gelhart to start for us. Hopefully we can manage to win this game because we are in desperate need of a win to solidify our spot in the EPL. Hopefully they don't do anything that we don't expect, but Walton isn't nearly as good of a goalkeeper. There's a very good chance that he might get blown out throughout this game. Unfortunately, for some of my other videos that I end up having, we've been having technical difficulties. I meant to show you, I believe, the Fulham game that we end up having, but unfortunately my audio was turned off throughout all of that. So unfortunately, I can't use that one. So this is the one that we're going to show you instead. It is midway through the transfer window. We did just, oh my God, I thought this was going to go in. We did just lose against Man United on the Carabao Cup. So hopefully we can still be respected when we end up playing them at home. But we are down 2-1 in that. I don't expect us to be able to win. Our next game is against them, but I have a feeling that we're just going to get smoked again, especially if James Langerak is on international duties, which I hope he isn't, because that's our only fighting chance. We end up having to play one of our backup. Oh my God, I thought he scored that. That was pretty close though. So far, XG is 0.01, so that's not a great start. But hopefully Nottingham Forest isn't too threatening. Young's also leaving us at the end of the season as well. So we'll just have to find a left back for that. We are in the process of assigning a backup goalkeeper as well. So we do have a couple young ones that are in our system that we've signed earlier on. I think Wosu is the most recent one, and I'll show you how he looks afterwards, or after this game, if we if we don't end up losing this. No, I'm kidding. Conceding early corners. Gibbs White. I think last in this episode we end up conceding our very first corner, which is kind of shocking. It was a header. We haven't conceded one throughout this whole series yet, so it's kind of weird to witness a header like that. Still on 0.01 XG. Our team is just not playing. We're playing down to Nottingham Forest's level. That's what it looks like. Probably have to send words of encouragement later. It looks like Curtis is having a good game, but he's just tired as well. But it is inching towards the 45th minute. But even though they have 6 shots on and 1 on target, still not looking that deadly for us. Yeah, hopefully we can make a tactical change here. Kind of don't want to take off Curtis, but he is tired, and that kind of does it for me. But he had a good run, good first half. Hopefully it doesn't cost us. Start off with possession. Evans to Young, to Holding, to Evans. Hopefully we can... Oh my God, that's just a terrible pass. Thank God it wasn't Holding that ended up sending that one, because I would have been terrified for next year. But hopefully we can bring up grab another young guy as well to play with. Oh my God, I thought that went in. To play with Holding, so that we can develop him as well. But as soon as we brought in Holding, one of our players were upset with us. So We're trying to send him on loan currently. I think it was Claire. Claire is not happy, and then we told him that don't worry, this isn't going to affect your playing time. And then sure enough, as soon as we say that, he is not happy with it, and then makes everyone else grumpy on the squad as well. So we have to send him on loan, not only for his development, but just to get him to calm down. Oh my God, that was a beauty. What a beautiful goal. Gelhardt showing exactly why we decided to sign him permanently. That was just beautiful. Let's just watch that again. Super slow-mo. Just look at that through ball. Oh my God. And just the first touch as well. Between Gelhardt and Rogers, this squad is, I am very optimistic about the squad next year. Plus the more money that we have to spend too. I think we'll probably inch away closer to around 40, 45 million maybe by the end of the transfer window. Oh dear God. 60th minute, let's make some changes. Stannis is having a good game. Oh, they didn't pause it, what the hell? Let's put in St. Clair here. We'll put in Rogers here. And Juan Barros will put position as he play. More defensive mid. That's our second sub. We might end up doing one. Might end up doing one later on. Oh, I thought he scored that. I was gonna regret taking him off. Probably around the 75th minute, we'll probably take off. They're young, or I think we have two more, right? Probably take off. Probably take off. Oh, they're struggling to meet the pace of the match. That sucks. What? Oh, wants to make a difference. Good job. I guess Campbell will probably bring in here for a striker. Move Rogers up here. Dowdy in there. Uh-oh. Oh, we've already done all of our subs. What am I talking about? Currently in 11th place with the 30 mark already attained if we can manage to get the win here. I don't know what the relegation number is usually. Looks like Walton's also doing pretty good, despite him despite his overall not being that great. There we go. Jeez, this is gonna be the signing of the year, isn't it? The Quan Barros. Just by moves like that. Good thing we put Burke in at the second half as well. Armstrong, come on, just send it off, guys. I just don't know how his passing is either. Good play. This is surprisingly fluid. Oh my God, it looks like we send it through. Oh my God. And even Armstrong looks amazing for the future. He's going to be a terrific winger. Ends up saying that he's going to be a striker, but he has great passes. Like, he's set us up a couple times already. It's just his pace. His pace is so good. Oh my God, let's see if Gelhardt can get his Hattie. His hat trick for the Hatties. Oh my God, that was so close. We almost did it. 4 minutes extra time. This looks like all but certain. They haven't really challenged us well, as of 4 they hadn't challenged us. But they haven't really challenged us all game. And it looks like we have another opportunity to get another goal. Oh my god. Maitland-Niles is just selfish. Rougeau to Rogers. Oh my god, it's a pen. He's gonna get his Hattie. His Hattie for the Hatties. For the Hatters. That's definitely a pen. There's no way it's not. There we go. It would be really funny if someone else took it instead of him. I don't know where he's going. There we go. You got this. And there it is. The hat trick. Oh, that was amazing. Just an overall amazing performance by Gelhardt, showing exactly why we brought him on full time. Yeah, the game is obviously over. There's nothing they could do. They just have the last chance at the end, but hopefully the whistle blows before they can even get a shot off, because Walton deserves a shutout as well. It looks like all she wrote. Come on, blow the whistle. And there it is. Not only do we end up getting the hat trick and get 30 points, 9.3. He was just dynamite. That was amazing. It brings us up to 30 points. We're in 11th place. Surely Burnley can't catch up. Actually, they could. But we are doubling them in points, and as long as we kind of keep the same form we've been doing, it should be all but certainty. But we're actually kind of close to even a Champions League spot or a UEFA spot. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's just accept the win here. Waste of time if we're not signing him outright. We are signing him outright. This is the goalie that we were looking at. We have him on loan, or we're gonna get him on loan, and then we are there's a future fee here, or mandatory fee. Yeah, it doesn't show, but we don't have the finances for it as of right now, so hopefully we can do that. I'll show you our Nwosu goalkeeper that we ended up signing, who just came on to us. We signed him for free, and he is worth 8 to 10 million. So that's actually amazing for a Nigerian goalkeeper who is 6 foot, 156 pounds. So hopefully we can develop into something. But reports say that he should be a potential Premier League standard towards the end of his maturity. So we not only have him, we also have where's he? Yeah, we also have Jack Thomas also that we ended up signing earlier this season for 165k, and it just says that he can improve a lot. So between those two goalkeepers, yeah, we have he's our 4th and our 7th best. So even we have some youngsters that are actually currently better than Jack Thompson. But we're trying to send him on loan, but we keep getting blackballed, and we're trying to get rid of James Shea as well, like what we talked about. And hopefully we can manage to do that. Holding making his debut. Gelhardt. That was the best thing that I've seen this whole save. So yeah, our next game is against Manchester United. So we had that 2-1 loss beforehand. We ended up tying against Tottenham as well. and Aldershot we end up winning easily in the third round. So when we're back, we will probably be back for maybe the Middlesbrough game for the fourth round, Crystal Palace, and then we'll do the transfer deadline as well, which might end up including Fulham in the fold of that as well. So thank you everyone for watching. Until next time.